For more on this new travel ban, let's bring back NBC News legal analyst Danny Cevallos. Danny, good morning. So under the law, how much power does the president have to make a decision like this?
In short, a lot. And we learned that from the first Trump administration in a Supreme Court decision called Trump v. Hawaii, in which you may recall, and it's almost really coming up on 10 years ago now, that the Trump administration the first time around issued a series of these so-called travel bans, retracted them, went back to the drawing board, edited them, sent them back out. But ultimately, what the Supreme Court determined is that the executive has considerable power as long as they show their work properly. And what I mean by that, as long as they tie it to things like national security interests and specific agency action, then these bans may be lawful. If, on the other hand, the ban facially targets things like race, national origin, religion, ethnicity, things like that are likely to make a travel ban less likely to be upheld by the courts. And so the takeaway is that the Trump administration has learned this time around to show their work, to tie it to what the Supreme Court has essentially said would be a lawful exercise of executive power.
Still, Danny, we can expect that there will be legal challenges. What is different this time around? What type of challenges could we see?
The first time around, I would say the travel bans were marked by chaos. They were hastily scribbled out, shoved out into the ether. And that is why the Trump administration the first time around had to keep going back and really literally redlining them, editing them, and putting them back out. This time around, obviously, the administration has read Trump v. Hawaii, and they know that the key is tying it to the executive's broad power when it comes to national security under immigration law. So by tying it and, again, showing their work, because there is something called the Administrative Procedure Act, where if an executive action is arbitrary or capricious or not based on anything, then it's more challengeable. In this case, what we see is the Trump administration has appeared to tie this very specifically to agency action and specific national security interests, essentially identifying what countries have not done their jobs in the Trump administration's view when it comes to national security.
All right, Danny, thank you so much. Appreciate your analysis here.